Good Saturday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting patiently to get out here on the road. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA, the Texas Hill Country, or the Highland Lakes area of Texas. And I was driving around this morning looking at the bluebonnets. You probably won't be able to see them because I'd have to zoom, and if I zoom, it magnifies any shakiness in the camera. But I'll turn the camera a little bit off to the right. Maybe you'll be able to pick up a few of them. But they're here, a few. Bluebonnets, the Texas flower. So here we go. Do I have anything special to talk about in this video? Nope, not a thing. Just burning daylight. This is Park Road 4 in Central Texas, goes by Inks Lake State Park. One of my favorite morning drives because I can make a loop around through the little community of Buckhannon Dam and back around through Kingsland, and it's just a nice drive through the Texas Hill Country. Why do I do that? Just get out and do something, man. I highly recommend it for anybody. Get out and do something. Go see do. Temperature is 73 top down degrees. When I say top down degrees, I mean if you had a convertible, would be a nice day to have the top down. Top up degrees, just the opposite. For all you RVers out there that are contemplating traveling in the western USA, better check your reservations probably through the middle of April anyway. I think we're on the downside of this issue. Anyway, that's Inks Lake straight ahead. You've seen it several times, those of you that have watched my channel over the years. But again, we're just taking a drive. No serious topic today. I could make up something, but I don't choose to. There's a big old hawk. Can't see it in the camera, but I spotted it. For those of you that want to watch a good video, do a search of my videos for Mars, M-A-R-S, Mars, like the planet Mars. Because I actually landed on the planet Mars, and I tell you all about it in the video. I got a bag of trash in the front seat, and some of it's rattling, which doesn't surprise me. So if you hear a little rattle in the video, it's not my brain loose, it's a can or something in my trash. You know, years ago, people used to tell jokes. I don't know where that stopped, and maybe it hasn't. Maybe there's still people that sit around and tell jokes or swap funny stories. But we did when I was growing up and all the way until I left business, because I worked for a small business, and it was a family-owned business, so, you know, it was a lot of laid-back fun, actually, and, I mean, of course, you had to get your job done, which everybody did, but, you know, there were moments when you didn't have a whole lot to do and sit there and swap tales. It was a lot of fun. Of course, all those people, they're no longer here. When a guy that's living in a van, a white van, I looked at that real close. I've checked out everything, guys. Trust me, just about. You know, I camped in a Toyota Prius, a pickup with a camper top, a large RV, small RV, and now I got a Casita 17-footer. I've never used a truck camper. I did rent a Class C RV one time, and but truck campers are okay. It's just that, you know, you're going to have a pretty large truck to make it safe, because that's a lot of weight that can tilt. I know a lot of people that have truck campers will probably take issue with me on that. Here comes a guy passing on a double stripe. amazing. Of course, you know, the speed limit on this road is 45 to 50 tops. I'm going 47. Enough said about that. You know, folks, you got to know the bell curve of life. The reason they call it a bell curve is because the curve is shaped like a bell. On one end, on the left side of the curve, usually is the dumbest group, and that's about 4% of the population. And then on the other end is the smartest group, or the ones with the highest IQ, and that's about 4%, and everywhere in between is everybody else. And the same way with wealth. You got 3 or 4% that's got everything, and or a lot, and 2 or 3% that have nothing, and in between you got a few that have a little bit. And on it goes. But the Bluebonnets look pretty nice to me. Good time of the year to be taking a drive in the Texas Hill Country, for sure. But you have to be careful, particularly on this road, Park Road 4, because people from San Antonio, Austin, and Houston, and other places that come here to see the Bluebonnets and the other spring flowers will actually stop in the road and get out and take pictures. So you may come around a curve and there's a car stopped in the road with 5 people standing there and kids. So err on the side of caution. Been debating on when to leave out to go to Capitan, New Mexico. Of course, I'm going to wait till I get my electric hooked up, but that should happen. Hopefully, I thought it was going to happen this week, but hopefully next week for sure. So sometime in April, and I was going to go the long way out. I was going to go out through Iran, Texas, out to Fort Davis State Park, and then over to Columbus, New Mexico, back through Alamogordo to Oliver Lee State Park, you know, just chill out. But since they've closed their state parks through April the 9th, and they may continue them closed, who knows, then I kind of have to rule that out. As far as Texas, all the state parks are wide open, far as I know. And national parks are all open too. BLM's open. A few states close their parks. But I think I'll just go out through Colorado City. There's a state park there called Lake Colorado City, and it's kind of a midway point between my home base near Kingsland, Texas, and Capitan, New Mexico, where I have my second home base. And when I get there, I might, assuming that things are going pretty good and I'm enjoying myself, which I don't know why I won't, but you never know. Then I may make some improvements there. I would like to get the road done. As far as the cover, I don't think so. But I would like to get a decent pad for the RV, whether it's gravel or concrete. I'm debating that now. Concrete's about twice as much or more, but it's certainly much nicer because it's perfectly level. You know, you can put that chair out and sit and stuff. So I may have them build me a little, maybe a 25 by 25 square foot or 500 square foot concrete pad. Should cost about, I'm estimating high side $2,500, in that range. And then you finding somebody to do it is the trick. And I'm pretty sure you have to get a city permit for that, because it's been a long time since I lived in a city. But I think you have to get a permit for just about everything. And I'll play by the rules. Why do they want you to get a permit for everything? So they can raise your taxes accordingly. Spring break in Texas, USA, or all over the United States, actually. Yeah, Capitan's a good place for me. Living there year-round would be difficult because of the cold winters. even though they don't get that cold, it gets colder than it does in Central Texas. And I'm really not big on really cold weather or hot weather. And when I say hot, 95 and above is hot to me. And in Central Texas, where I live now, in the summers, July, August, and September, you can have 60 to 80 days of over 100 degree temperatures. There's somebody up here going slower than I am. That's amazing. Speed limit's 55, I'm going 50, and this guy looks like he's going about 20. We're going to find out. Oh, he's going to turn, though. That's a good decision on his part. Got an old friend that lives down that road named Darty Compost. Darty Compost was the maintenance maintenance man at the Highland Lakes golf course. Stout, big old guy, looked like a big Navajo Indian to me. But he worked, man, I'm telling you. He really did a good job of keeping that golf course looking pretty good. As good as he could with the limitations he had. Crappy equipment or worn out equipment, and not much in the way of fertilizers and stuff. But yeah, he calls every now and then, believe it or not, after all these years. It's been, gosh, nearly 20 years, but around Christmas time he gives me a call. He does. He'll say, how you doing? Yeah. His wife died several years ago, and I think that hit him pretty hard, but he's recovered nicely. He may be living up around Dallas now. I know y'all want to know that, but it's just an old story about an old friend. Yeah, he was a real character. You didn't have to tell him what to do. Nobody did. Even the guy that owned it, old Johnny, hell, I don't think he ever said anything to Darty, or rarely. And Darty knew what needed to be done and when it needed to be done, and he did it. You can't beat a guy like that, can you? They're having a shake and bake at the beer joint. Yeah, these little old beer joints up here always like to have some kind of barbecue or chili cook-off or some kind of activity to get people in drinking beer, but they don't need to push too hard up here. They got 9 bars in this little old community, or they used to. Now I think now they got about 6, but the community population's only about 1,000, if it's that. I'm telling you, man. There's Bluebonnets on the right there, right by the road. You might be able to see them in the video, thousands of them. But no, this is when I first moved up here in the late 80s. I was here for a while and then back again in the 90s. Yeah, it was heaven. I mean, I was at that age where I'd hit the bars every now and then. And at that time, they had 9 bars, and every one of them had a different flavor, a different clientele. It was amazing. The one that was kind of the aristocratic bar was called the Pocahontas, and at first they had a membership, and then they dropped it. But that's where all the quote wealthy people went, so to speak. There's a bunch of Bluebonnets there if you can see them. Yeah, but it was a good place. They had mixed drinks and stuff, and there was only a few bars you could get mixed drinks in. I'm just letting this video go. It'll take 2 days and 2 nights to get it uploaded because I'm using the Google Pixel, but I don't care. Nothing else to do, but yeah, it was a good place to go. I met a lot of people there. I met Andrea and Preston Perrone. They got a ranch out here, a nice ranch. Been there in the family for years. They call it the 1930 ranch. I guess that's when they started it in that range. Still in the family. A lot of streets in Buchanan Dam are named after that family because they owned this land here. And there were other old ranchers that used to come in there. Good people. Remember, when I first started going in there, I was driving an old 79 Chevrolet pickup. All the paint gone just about. Had my hair down to my shoulders. Shaved about when I got ready to. I really looked rough or ragged or whatever you want to say. But it wasn't because I was any of those things. I was just in that zone, man. I was just out there, man. I mean, I just was chilling out, you know. I mean, nothing really bothered me. I was just floating through life in an inner tube, and not many things bothered me. And but I remember one old rancher wanted to buy my truck because he said he needed a ranch truck, you know, something to haul hay out to the cattle in. In my family car, and he wants to use it for a ranch vehicle. Anyway, just rambling on here. We got an old bar up here on the left called Fuzzy's Corner. It's been here for ages. But when I first started going there, it had a big front window with a view. Now, for some reason, all bars now are like bat caves. You know, they don't have windows. And of course, up here, you still got a large population of smokers. So that's why I've stopped going to any of them, because you can't breathe. They may have a non-smoking bar up here. I don't know. There's another one up here, right here on the right. We're just coming up on it. It's a big red barn looking thing called Partners. I don't know if it's still open or not. But used to go there at happy hour and meet some people. There used to be one right here, and I can't remember what that one was called. And there was one up here, just up here on the left, called Tina's. Javelina Tina. Little old bitty bar that you used to go in there and play shuffleboard, drink beer, of course. And I spent a fortune drinking beer in those bars. Pocahontas is right there on the right, that little brick building on the right, and on the left right here is Fuzzy's Corner. You see, there's a lot of bars here, guys. But Pocahontas is closed. Fuzzy's is still open. I don't think it'll ever close. I mean, it's just a historical landmark up here. If you've lived here long, you've been to Fuzzy. Let's go, fella. Thank you. Yeah, you have to be careful at this intersection here, because I have come there before and people come right through without even slowing down. Believe it or not, there's another bar down here on the left. Used to be called the Trade Winds. It's called something else now, I think. And we had a few bars up here, didn't we? Every one of them had a dance floor. And yeah, that was the thing. I'd go in there and dance with them old women, young women, whatever. And everybody gets prettier at closing time. Well, that's damn true. More Bluebonnets. We'll let this go a couple of more minutes, guys, because I'm just rambling on. But I used to go in this little bar up here on the left. You won't be able to see it probably, but it's just a metal building, not much to see. But me and a guy named Mike Poblet, he was about 12 or 15 years older than I was. He's retired military. He was stationed in Panama for 20 years. He was a linguistics specialist. He spoke 4 or 5 languages fluently. The Spanish, of course, being one of them, and Russian and German. But anyway, he and I used to go in there and play shuffleboard. He's the one that got me started playing shuffleboard. He was good. Yeah, when he and I were partners, we got to be where we were pretty tough. And here on the right is the liquor store, right across from the beer joint almost. That's called Twin Liquors, and if Walmart ever starts selling liquor in Texas like they do in New Mexico, then all these little old places will be gone. That liquor store will be out of business overnight. Here it is. Well, let's see what it's called now. It may not even have a name. It's called Pat's now. Yeah. Pretty good little old bar. They shoot a lot of pool in there. I played pool. I was pretty good at it, above average. You know, we used to just play a lot of straight pool, and then we got to play an 8-ball, 9-ball, and And the reason everybody played 9-ball, it just went quicker. You know, you could win or lose money quicker playing 9-ball than you could playing 8-ball or straight pool. Or 61, whatever they call it. Whenever you know, there's 120 points in straight pool, and when you got 61, the game was over. But having said that, guys, from Central Texas on a overcast day, temperatures hung at 73 degrees. I want to tell you, thumbs up. Carpe diem, which means seize the day, enjoy your life one day at a time, drink plenty of water. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Use the Amazon link if you think about it. Doesn't cost you a penny. I kind of got them out of order, didn't I? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths, keep your health, and plan things to do. You start you a project. I don't care if it's paint your bedroom or trim the hedge or whatever. Get you a few little projects going. I got a project figuring out how to set up a new thing under my little window AC, because I'm not going to haul those bricks to Capitan, and I think I've got it solved. I ordered me a four shelf bookshelf that'll hold 62 pounds per shelf. Cost me $28 on Amazon, and it's exactly 48 inches tall, and that I need 48 1/4, so I think I can make that work. But having said that, guys, enjoy your life. If you're in the Texas Hill Country area, come on over and check out the Bluebonnets, and with that in mind, adios, bye-bye from Central Texas. At ease, carry on.